Welcome back to FM Story. We are into season 16 of the Glory and Save. We joined Valencia at the beginning of the last episode, and things have been a bit iffy. We've not had the best of starts. We've lost our last two games in all competitions, one in the Europa League away at Tottenham and one in the Liga away at Osasuna. So we need to change things up a bit. We've got some Europa League games coming up in this episode. Hopefully we should be able to bounce back from that defeat against Tottenham. We've got Molde, we've got Auxerre, and we've got Partizan. So without further ado, let's get into the action. We are at the beginning of November. We've got a Europa League game coming up against Auxerre. Since the end of the last episode, we have improved our form. We had obviously got into the end of the last episode on the back of two defeats from Tottenham and Osasuna, both 2-0 away from home defeats. We have tweaked the formation. We've gone away from the offset formation. We had back to a 4-2-3-1, which seems to have worked well for us. We started with a 3-0 victory at home against Sporting Gijón. Followed that up with a 4-1 victory away from home against Zaragoza. We hammered Molde 8-1 away from home in the Europa League. We had a bad game against Albacete at home. We drew 0-0, picked up a couple of injuries, the most important of which was Franco Mastantuono breaking his ribs, and he's out for 5 weeks. And then in the most recent game, we've won 1-0 away at Celta Vigo. And so certainly since we've gone back to that 4-2-3-1, you can sort of see the improvement in results we've had. And hopefully we can continue that on with a home game against Auxerre. In the Europa League so far, we're down in 10th position. We've won 2, lost 1 of our 3 games. Obviously, we lost the game against Tottenham. As we said at the start of the season, really the Tottenham game and the Man United game are the tough games in the league phase. Hopefully we should be able to pick up enough points in the rest of it to make it to the knockout stages and hopefully even make it into the top 8 as well. And then as far as the league's concerned, we've got ourselves up into 7th position, 20 points from 12 games. We're level on points with Celta Vigo, who we've just beaten. We've played a game less than Villarreal, and we're a point behind them in 6th. And things have started to pick up just a touch. Going into the game against Auxerre, we've made one change to the team. We've brought in Cantamesa at left back, and Yorochu has dropped down to the bench. We're basically pretty much rotating the two of them to make sure they get game time. So we're going in with a 4-2-3-1. So we've got Benic playing right back, who's done exceptionally well since he came in on loan. We've got Zanon and Javi Guerra in front of the back four. Guerra's in the team because we've moved Sierra Alta into the number 10 role where Mastantuono would normally play. But otherwise, we've got pretty much what would be our first choice team out. Right, a throw for us, Benic to take it. Oravec back to Benic, cross towards the back post. It's headed away from Shabani Mikengo. But there's Cantamesa following up and finding our opening goal of the game and justifying his selection already. So Benic to the throw. Oravec back to him. Benic just launches it towards the back post. The defender gets up above Shabani Mikengo, and Cantamesa just takes it on and fires it across the keeper into the far corner. Right, Miyosh goes short with a goal kick to Benic. Mosquera back to Benic into Zanon, popping the ball around nicely at the back. Javi Guerrero into Shabani Mikengo, and now Cantamesa with space to gallop into down his left-hand side. Cross to the back post. Oravec got his head on it. Keeper, in fact, it hit the post rather than anything. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Now they've gone upfield. Zanon gives it away. And now they're attacking in behind Cantamesa here. Into the box. Opened up a shot. And we've just been picked off on the counter-attack there. We've given the ball away in a stupid position. And then there was so much space in behind for them to pick us off. And then no one picks up the run of Tiaro. And he just cuts it onto his left foot and fires it past Mios. And they've gone long with a free kick. It's gone over the top. Mosquera goes back to Mios. Luis Carlos out to Cantamesa. Down the line. Shabani Makengo going down the outside. Crosses to the back post. Oravec heads down. Lepe scores. And we've got ourselves pretty much straight back in front. Just a nice break down the left-hand side. And came all the way from the goalkeeper. But then Shabani Makengo gets the cross into the back post. Oravec heads it down. And Lepe fires past the keeper. Right, Benic with a throw back to Mosquera. Across to Luis Carlos. Cantamesa drives it infield. Out to Shabani Makengo again down this left side. We're getting some joy down this left. Back to Cantamesa. And he still got it. Shabani Makengo. Zanon back to Javi Guerra. Luis Carlos to Benic in A because of space on his right hand side. Drives past his man. Low cross. Lepe turns it home for his second goal of the game. Puts us 3-1 up. And we're starting to play some really good football. So it shifted. We had the ball on the left, shifted out to the right where Benic is in acres of space. He drives past his man, low cross into the box. And Lepe just turns it home from 6 yards out. Cantamesa with a throw. Javi Guerra to Cantamesa. Back to Luis Carlos. Zanon. We've done well. Oh, and Lepe with a great finish from the D of the penalty area into the top corner. Completes his hat-trick. Makes it 4-1. So Luis Carlos into Zanon, who helps it on. Shabani Makengo with the layoff. And Lepe first time into the top corner. And there we are, half-time 4-1. Got a bit of a scare with them getting that equaliser, but we've gone on to dominate the rest of the first half. Lepe's picked up a hat-trick. And we're flying high at the moment. Right, so into the second half, we made a couple of changes at half-time. We've brought off the wide men Oravec and Shabani Makengo, and we brought on Machado and young Fernandez Alvarez, who's come out of the youth setup at the start of the season. And we've got a head on that. Benici then picks up the loose ball again. Machado, shot from the edge of the area, hits the post. And then he lashes one over the top from outside the box. Right, Cantamesa now on the right with the throw to Machado. Low into the box looking for Lepe. It's blocked and turned behind for a corner. Now we made a change up top. Lepe's gone off after his hat-trick and Faber's come on. Right, Cantamesa with a throw. Machado back to Mosquera. Luis Carlos out to Onat. Javi Guerra down the line. Fernandez Alvarez back to Luis Carlos. Javi Guerra. Machado. Lovely ball for Faber. It's going to be, we're going to have a VAR decision on this one. I think it's probably just about offside. Oh, it's been given. So Luis Carlos into Javi Guerra. Finds Machado, takes a touch, and then a lovely reverse ball. Faber through and just lifts it over the top of the keeper for 5-1. It was very, very close. Timed the run perfectly. and gets his goal. Cantamesa with a throw. Sierralta back to Cantamesa. Lovely ball to the back post. Hit up in the air. Fernandez Alvarez on the volley. What a finish that is from the young man. Cantamesa loops the cross up to the back post. Fernandez Alvarez is never going to get his head on that one, but it just drops perfectly right into the top corner off the inside of the post, and that's 6-1. And that's quickly 7-1. A short free kick from Sierralta. Machado from outside the box, arrows one into the bottom corner. Just takes a touch and then just basically passes it even through a sea of bodies, past the keeper into the corner. They're attacking. The ball over the top. Coffee's in. And Miosh got his fingertips to it and turns it behind for a corner. As we go into injury time. Coffee to take the corner. He aims for the far post. And they got a head on it. And it hits the post and goes behind for a goal kick. And there we go, full time, following up an 8-1 victory away against Molde with a 7-1 victory at home against Auxerre. We've managed to get our Europa League campaign back on track after that disappointing performance away at Tottenham. So, this is the side we picked for the game against Partizan. We've played 2 games in the league since the victory over Auxerre. We lost 2-1 away to Cadiz, having conceded a second half penalty, having been 1-0 up. And then we beat Granada 3-1 at home. Unfortunately, Mastantuono is still out injured. He failed a fitness test before the game, and we've now lost Jonathan Rowe, who would have been on the bench, to injury as well. But hopefully we should have enough to hopefully pick up another 3 points and just sort of consolidate our position in that top 8. Shabani Makengo with a free kick to the back post. Free header, comes off the woodwork. Benic gets his head on it. Shabani Makengo to Benic. And we've gone all the way back and nothing comes of it. A free kick. Sierralta to take it. Goes for goal. Hits the outside of the post and it goes behind for a goal kick. A corner. In-swinger from Shabani Makengo. A flicked header from Benic at the near post. Hits the side netting. We've created some chances. We just could do with actually taking one of them. And there we go. Half-time 0-0. I mean, we've pretty much dominated that first half. They've had as good an XG as us. It's about us creating the more chances. We've not seen a highlight for them yet. But we need to be a lot better in the second half to get something out of this. Right, we've not made any changes at half-time. We'll give them 10-15 minutes to try and sort something out before we start making any changes. Right, we made 3 changes. We brought on Faber, Fernandez Alvarez and Albiak for Guerra, Shabani Makengo and Lepe, because they've all had pretty poor games. Benic with a throw, Orevec, back to Benic, Mosquera, into Zanon, over the top, but just straight through to their keeper, who then goes long with it. Benic wins a header. It's flicked on by Orevec. Albiak puts in Fernandez Alvarez. He took far too long with it, invited the challenge, and it looks like we've somehow got a penalty from it. And yep, it's been given. And up steps Albiak off the bench. Fires past the keeper. Puts us 1-0 up. And based on the highlights we've seen, we certainly deserve that. Just drills it low to the keeper's right. The keeper went the right way, but didn't get anything on it. Right, Cantamesa with a late corner for us. Drills it into the near post. Faber gets up, heads it down past the keeper, makes it 2-0, secures the 3 points. And we've not been at our best in front of goal, but we've got the result we needed. And there we go, full time 2-0. Decent performance. Decent performance overall, not the best in front of goal, as we said, but we've got the 3 points and we're sort of consolidating our position in the top 8. We've got a big game coming up next in the Europa League because the next Europa League game is Man United. And there we are, the end of another episode, and this episode certainly our performances have been much better since we switched back to that 4-2-3-1 than they were at the end of the last episode. We do have a big episode coming up next. I mean, we've got Man United, as we said, in the Europa League, and then the last 2 games in the Europa League phase against Slavia Prague and Antwerp. Hopefully we can, as we said, finish in that top 8. But league-wise, between now and the end of January, we've got Barcelona, we've got Atletico, we've got Sevilla, we've got Real Madrid, we've got Villarreal, and we've got Betis. So we've got a tough time in the league along with those Europa League games. But hopefully we can keep this run of form going. And obviously the league doesn't matter too much. The Europa League is the main aim for this season. If we can finish in a Europa League spot again, so we get another shot next season if we don't win it, then that would be great. But join us next time to see if we can make it into the knockout stages of the Europa League. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.